You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 15th meeting of the Michigan City Commission on the Social Status of African American Males. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right. Welcome everyone. It's August 15, 2024. Welcome to the social status meeting for African American males. We'll all stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Benny, can I get you to do a roll call, please? Have you?
Yeah, Commissioner Jones.
Here.
Commissioner Hurt.
Here.
Commissioner Carroll.
Here.
Commissioner Millsap.
Present.
Commissioner McCormick.
Present.
Commissioner Casey McCormick.
Here.
Commissioner Pollock.
Here.
Commissioner Benning here. We have 8 present, and that's a quorum.
I call this meeting to order. I think Ms. Moore sent out the minutes for July 2024 meeting. Has everybody had an opportunity to receive? I will entertain a motion.
Motion to accept.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The treasury report, Ms. Commissioner Benning, please.
Yes, I sent out this morning, sorry for the delay, I sent out the treasurer's report via email. We have a current balance of $2,100.
Any questions for the treasurer? With that being said, I will entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, we're on to new business. I'm gonna give a brief update, and I will let Commissioner Benning also speak, because she did a lot of the work at the back to school rally that we just had last week. And I just want to, first of all, thank Kenny Fly, Commissioner Fly. I was hoping that he would be here today. He provided backpacks, and he was very supportive in making sure that this stuff got done for the community, and it's greatly appreciated what he did. Mr. Hurt, Mr. Mills, everybody here, the donations, doing everything. I wanted this from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot, because a lot of people just dropped the ball and just didn't want to do it, but everybody came together, and it was a great time out there. So I will turn this part over to Ms. Benning.
Yes, I want to thank everyone as well. Specifically, again, Commissioner Fly for providing the backpacks, Commissioner Hurt for picking up the backpacks when Commissioner Fly was unable to have them delivered, Commissioner Millsap for making sure that we had tables and chairs, Commissioner McCormick, Rodney McCormick, for making sure that we had a tent, and then also our banner that he donated a couple of years ago. It was a great success. There were a lot of kids and parents out there. We have, I think Commissioner McCormick has on his Facebook page all the supplies that I was able to purchase that social status donated provided $250 out of its account to supply. We had a great majority, vast amount of supplies, a good variety is what I'm trying to say, a good variety of supplies other than what the school had. We had some snacks and some juices and things like that. I think our area, our tent was visited most than anyone because we were right in the prime area, so I think everyone thought that we were the main area giving out the initial backpacks, but we did have backpacks that Commissioner Fly did provide, and then we had, again, like I said, a lot of supplies that we put in there. So thanks to everyone for help. The ones that had a desire to come, that couldn't come, like Mr. Casey McCormick advised all of us. So just thank you again. It was a good success.
And I just want to add one thing to it. Michigan Area Schools did a great job. I think they supplied, I may be wrong, if anybody can correct me if I am, they supplied backpacks with every school material you need, including headphones, which and most schools require that you have. So Michigan City Area Schools did a great job. We're making sure that that took place. in the future, if we ever to do this again, we must make sure that we are registered. We was not registered this time for the second time. We have to make sure that's done well in advance, so we can be, so we won't have, go through any issues at all about that. Next, we have, move on to new business. Anybody want to add anything?
When you said registered, you mean
A spot,
You have,
designated
okay.
spot.
it wasn't like a floor plan?
I think it was, but you're supposed to register so they'll know exactly where your location was. We didn't have a spot, but they found a spot for us.
Which is why everybody came to that spot.
moving forward, we gotta make sure we register.
Okay.
The lady was very nice. I can't remember her name. She was one of the coordinators. She allowed us to stay there and set up. It could have turned a different way, but yeah, it was. We have to make sure that we're on top of that for now. We can't-
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. I want to also add Commissioner Cox. He volunteered his time also on Saturday.
So now we're gonna move on, and I believe I want to make sure everybody here, because we have problems sometimes. So I'm gonna say, I don't really care who come and be a guest speaker. I just want to make sure that the board together agree that one of the guest speakers that will be here for next month, Mr. Hurt, go ahead, I'm gonna give you the floor.
Our new superintendent of Michigan City Area Schools, Dr. Wyndham McCollum, agreed to come and speak with us.
Awesome.
So, look forward to that. Next
For
week.
September, okay.
Yes, September.
So, by just, all in favor for that guest speaker, everyone, signify, aye or no. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. We're gonna move on to old business. We, talk about fundraiser, Mr. Millsap. Where are we at with that?
We're still in the developing stage of the fundraiser. I guess I have to apologize for not being more involved with it, however, with work and family issues, but it still is going to get done. So maybe after the meeting, we can sit down and chit chat and come up with an agenda, if that's okay.
I'll stick around. We do.
Okay.
All right, I will stick around for that. All right. Anyone want to add anything? Okay, let's go on to the subcommittee reports. I'm gonna start off with education.
We're working with some of the people in the community, some business owners. We want to do scavenger hunt. We'll take the individuals out, we'll divide it up in our personal cars or whatever that we have to get them to the places. And it's in order that they might be educated on what's like in Michigan City. A lot of times, the kids don't know, well, not just the kids. A lot of us do not know the treasures that we have right in this general area. So we've done explore some of those and make a fun time out of it.
Well, I'm gonna add to this, there was a subcommittee meeting at the library where education and criminal justice combined together. And it was a great meeting. We had a lot of ideas that I don't want to discuss until we can finally get the funds for some of them. But it was awesome. And again, Dr. Wyndham McCollum, congratulations. He's a new superintendent of Michigan City Area Schools. He's right here from Michigan City. I'm hoping and praying for big things to happen with Mr. McCollum at the head of the school system. On another note, school started, was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Schools for Michigan City Area Schools started yesterday. And I put something on my Facebook page, but I encourage all the young people, the young scholars to go to school, respect your elders, and just have fun. Because that time is going to go by very fast. And you're going to wish you was back in school when you become an adult. I guarantee you that. But we have to work together to keep these kids from being led astray. And like Mr. Hurt, Commissioner Hurt said months ago, please go to Michigan Area Schools, get a volunteer form, fill it out. Volunteer an hour of your time, 30 minutes of your time. The kids will benefit from that. Whatever time you can offer, it will work, it will help. Anybody else for education? All right, we have a health report. Mr. Who does health? Pastor
Johnson.
Johnson's not here, so we move on. Employment?
Employment, okay, everybody refer to your sheet of paper that I gave you. This is the latest current job vacancies in our area, not just Michigan City. It's Porter, LaPorte County, and Pulaski County. If you notice, there's a lot of openings in the Indiana Department of Corrections. That's a good solid employment, plus the wages are very, very reasonable. So just absorb this, share with your family, friends, and associates, and always send people to Work One, who I work with. It's located in the old Central School on Pine. Their office is open Monday through Fridays. You can always call in advance if you have any questions, but definitely utilize Work One. That's why it's in our community, to assist in job employment. And I'm also trying to work with getting her to come and be another guest speaker. So we'll shoot for October since we have someone for September.
Thank you, Mr. Millsap.
No problem.
I would like to just add that I would like to see Nick join in with us over here, and we need to talk about unions. And you also know Jim. We can. I would love for you guys to be a guest speaker
Okay.
to educate the people of the city on what's the benefits of being in a union and what the brotherhood is really about. And a lot of people don't understand the due process side of it, and they don't understand collective bargaining. And if you can be a guest speaker on behalf of us here, pick a day, we'll put you in there. We would love for the people of the city to know what is the benefits, because a lot of people think that they take your union dues and they don't do nothing. And it's more to it than that. And also, I know that you're trying to bring some young people together and try to get them into the union. And I think that we can work on that, because Mr. Millsap was at the first meeting as well, when we first met Jim and the rest of you guys.
Right.
And we need to get back started on that. So whatever needs to happen, we can make that happen. Let's get to it. Is there anything you want to add?
No, that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to get more involved in whatever I can in Michigan City to get the word out. And if this is a platform to be able to do that, then I will absolutely use this platform to do that. I was considering asking one of my colleagues to join me if I do speak on it. He's from Gary, grew up in Gary, went through the Gary schools, similar situation to what I had here in Michigan City, but he can speak on the first hand as well. So maybe we could get the two of us in here to talk.
We would love to have that happen, Mr. Millsap.
And piggybacking on our chairman's statements, Indiana, correct me if I'm wrong, Indiana is still a right-to-work state, correct?
Yes.
And could you give us a brief scenario on the benefits of that and where we are? If there is any.
Personally, I don't see any benefit. It's a play on words as far as I'm concerned. Everybody has a right to work, right? I mean, who doesn't have a right to work? All that bill did was give people the right to not have to pay union dues for representation. Fortunately, in the Carpenters Union that I represent, we have not had one member quit paying their dues since that was probably 2016 maybe. I mean, it's been quite a while, and then we haven't had anybody quit paying their dues. So I think everybody that belongs to, especially the trade unions, understands what they're getting by paying union dues. And in the whole grand scheme of things, and I can break this down when I give a presentation, it's a very small amount that is contributed for what we get in return. So like I said, I'll expand on that when I speak.
Do you see that ever changing?
I think it would be very difficult.
Because of the bill status?
Yeah, in the officials that we elect to run the state, it's a majority to one side. It has happened in the past in other states, and yeah, so it may happen.
Well, we're We'll go back to this after November.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can certainly circle back around.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And just to say, I just think that bill was really there to try to get rid of some of the unions,
Yep.
to make them weaker.
I agree.
And one of the things that I do know that bill did, it was really violated, it tried to take away due process rights to workers that are being wrongfully terminated.
Mhm.
It's, you're fired, that's it, that's the end of it, right?
Right.
I didn't do nothing, you don't have no recourse, and again, some of these things are wrong, you shouldn't have to go file complaints and go through all that stuff. Some things are common sense, every person should have the right to due process. That flag means something more than just the colors.
Right.
But, we don't get off of that, I just move on, we look forward to
Look
hearing.
forward to that,
Absolutely.
especially in November.
All right, we got criminal justice. Ms. Tillman is not here. We also talked about doing several things. We have a big meeting coming up next Monday, and we'll be forthcoming with what we're planning on doing with criminal justice education on behalf of all of us. Hopefully that our meeting will be successful next week, and we have great news to tell the public again, and we can keep going. You want to add anything, Commissioner Benny, or anyone?
No, I'm not on that committee.
Okay, thank you. And social factors, Ms. Moore is not here. We on to public comment, and we don't have nobody here for public comment, so anybody here on this board, anybody want to make a comment? Mr. Nelson, how you doing?
Real good, yourself,
All right, how's city council treating you?
Day to day,
Day to day.
day to day, sir.
All right,
So we want to acknowledge our council representation, Joseph Nelson, is present as well today for our roll call.
thank
How
you.
you doing, Mr. Millsap?
All right, welcome. Wait for you to.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, can I ask a question reference to that?
Yes,
Reference to the council, is there any hot topic so far?
The DORA is pretty much one of the hot topics. Repealing, what are we repealing? A few things we're repealing. Nothing like major, just some small things. I know the ARPA money is being, ideas are being presented to the table for the ARPA money to have to be distributed by the end of, I think it's October if I'm not mistaken. They've allotted a certain amount of money for the council members to kind of come up with ideas and things like that. I've been trying to take ideas from the neighborhood for the most part to kind of accumulate my ideas. What else is going on? Really, those two things are probably the biggest that stands out for me right now, besides some like small stuff that they're redoing, rewording. When it comes to like on the outside of the sidewalk, you have your property, the sidewalk, and then the easement, where you got people, putting trees and bushes. Redefining how they want to let people do that is one issue that we're having right now. Domestic gardens, I guess, is the terminology that they're using. Other than that, yeah, nothing too major. The ARPA money is the biggest thing right now on the table.
did you have an opportunity to go to the workshop?
Which workshop?
The mayor put on a workshop in regards to the budget, the finance of the city. What was that all about? Was that allowing somebody to oversee the spending or the accounting of the funds? I just didn't know exactly what it was about.
Two things that stood out were where over the last 8 years, the last two administrations, where they over-projected monies and more money was used than projected. So I think back to the tone of maybe like 14 million, maybe, overused money, or over-projected money in some shape, form, or fashion. I know that's going to take an effect when it comes to budgeting, from what she was saying. We're going to have another workshop here that'll be a little bit more in-depth that's coming up. Another thing she spoke on is transferring just enough money to be used instead of transferring too much and overusing. I think that was the case with the last two administrations. Finding different ways to be funded beyond the boat. Money isn't coming in as much as it used to. What else? Those are the hot topics. Finding different means of revenue with the boat. I don't think they've given us all our money for the year. I think they've only given us like 20%, if I think that's the correct number.
How do we funnel that money from the boat down to the neighborhoods that need it for once and for all? I mean, at some point, I mean, day-to-day operations is fine, but we have neighborhoods that need certain things. How do we finally get those funds to come from the boat to the neighborhoods that desperately need it?
I definitely agree with you as far as the funds that's being distributed from the boat. As far as how it's allotted and rationed out, I'm still trying to figure that out, and which portion is not necessarily guaranteed to the neighborhoods, but at least privy to use some of that money for the neighborhoods.
I hope you don't feel like this is a pop quiz or nothing, but.
No, it's not signed up for it.
Yes. So I think my last question would be, because I heard just briefly, and I don't know, so I won't elaborate on much of it, but I heard that the rainy day fund is about to be done.
Yes.
So they're gonna take all the funds from the rainy day fund, and where are those funds? I mean, from your understanding, where are those funds gonna go to?
As far as the definite answer, I'm not for sure. As far as those being depleted, yes, that is true.
Well, I just gotta say,
That is true.
I believe it was 4 years ago.
I know one thing, the mayor, that I took my hat to is just finding other means of bringing money in. Like, just so many different grants. Like, just not relying on that money. It's just so many pockets of money in Michigan City have that I've never known about or heard about. I'm sure the general public has no idea about these certain pockets of money that we have. But just not relying on those things is what I've been taking from her. Where it's like, regardless if we have this money or not, I'm still trying to find a way to find something for us. So
Are there workshops to explain to the public that concept right there that you're saying that?
the last one I don't know if that was open for the public. I'm not sure. I know we had the Dora workshop, and then right after that we had that workshop. I don't know. Well, one of the guys from the Dora workshop stayed, so I think it might have been open to the public. So, and
I guess you
free.
can always go to the city council meetings and a person can go and ask and inquire and get more information. And
I
that,
would more or less say like, if you want that information, like you want a real conversation, I would say like reach out to like a city council member as a liaison and ask particular questions. Cause like what I'm taking away from here is like questions I'm gonna go ask, when I have my one-on-one with her. So I can have like definite answers when I get presented with questions like these.
that's good.
So I just want to add, when we was in Liberty Trail Memorial Park, I just want to say, Sean Fitzpatrick was the one who pushed for the rainy day fund. He fought a lot of resistance. I can't remember the exact number. It's close to what, 2 million? How much money was in that rainy day fund?
I'm not for sure.
It was a significant amount of money. I just want to thank Sean Fitzpatrick. He did a great job at that, and because days are going to come like this where we need the funds, and I think for the most part, the last administrations before that have always spent money that we didn't have, and it caught up with us. And it caught up with us, and it's sad because again, this city doesn't function without its workers.
Correct.
And we got some of our workers in some of the worst equipment I've ever seen in my life. But hopefully this administration will straighten out a lot of those things, and you being on the city council, you will bring that awareness to the people and to the council and make sure that those people are helped out, that those workers get treated the way they should, and they should get an appropriate equipment. Anybody else have anything they want to add?
And just to piggyback off the equipment thing, that has been a hot topic too, finding different ways to, whether it's, repurposing. We have a lot of vehicles that we don't use here in the city after we've taken evaluation, our inventory. Like, just repurposing them, fixing them, really utilizing what we have too is going to be key. I know we have a lot of equipment that we have workers that don't even know how to use. So educating is going to be another thing too. I know they reached out to like different places that I know one idea was I think it's like something.gov where they sell like the equipment or vehicles. I know that's one avenue that we've reached out to without trying to deplete like money from other places. So yeah, that's definitely a relevant topic though, with the equipment. You're only as good as your workers. We have I know we spent a lot of extra money, unnecessary money on workman's comp, not having the right equipment, and then people getting hurt.
Yes.
So,
Yes, well, just, brother, I encourage you to stay on it. Thank you for running for office. That's another thing people need to realize. We can do all the complaining in the world, but if you don't go vote or you don't participate, there's no need for you to complain. You gotta we got an election coming up now. You have to be in it in order to have your opinion or your voice heard. So I encourage everyone to get out and vote and be a part of it. Is there anything else with any other commissioner?
A couple comments. One, Commissioner Hurd, thank you for lining up Wendell McCollum. I think that's great that he's going to be here. I'm excited to hear from him. And two, thank you to everybody else that went to the back to school rally. Myself and my family were out of town. I really wanted to be there for that. I think that's something great that we do. I know with the lists of required supplies that students need nowadays, it adds up very quickly. And I think any way that can be offset helps every family out in Michigan City. So thank you to everybody that participated in that.
Thank you. Mr. McCormick.
Just one addition, and thank you to everyone for sure. I was sorry I couldn't make it. I did meet with the mayor's office staff over the last month with regard to social media and kept trying to get the word out further for some of the events and speakers that we have. We can send those through the main city page when we have speaking engagements, so maybe with the new superintendent, that may be an opportunity to get the word out on the city's overall page to see if we can drive some more folks to attend. And I'm thinking maybe too, the jobs list, the fundraising letter are also good items to put through that mode.
Mr. McCormick, it's not asking too much. Would you spearhead that? Since you have the contact with the mayor, so now you'll be our official, yes. You'd be our PR guy. So you'll take care of all that public relations and getting all this stuff on social media.
Anything anyone has that you'd like to get out there or you think would be good to get out to the community, if you want to send it to me, I can batch them together and try to get those to the
And with
mayor's
that being
office.
said, I just want to make sure we do things properly in order. So Mr. McCormick will now take care of social media. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Mr. Nelson and then Ms. Bedford.
ladies first.
So with that being said, we know that I have the ask letter composed, brought several copies to the last meeting. If anyone has a desire to, if you know of some organizations that you can approach and give these letters out, please let me know. I think I sent it out to everyone, but if not, let me know so I can give you, en masse, and to get that done. But with that being said, do we want to give that letter to Mr. McCormick as part of his official capacity of his official duties as PR person? Okay.
That'd be great. If you could resend it, that'd be great.
Okay.
I'd be happy to pass it through and see if we can, get everything posted to the right. I think there's, rather than try to build a follower base, which we can do organically, but if there's a one that's existing that has, thousands of page views, that'd be good to use it.
Okay. I'll get that to you.
In the list of our guest speakers,
Right.
and the days that we do meet, all that stuff, everything you have that we can actually show and put on that's tangible, let's get it done. I think that's a great idea. Mr. Nelson.
Is there anything that I can do or could be doing for this committee board?
We're gonna come up with some stuff at the end of the year. One of the things why you are here is that we take recommendations and go to the city council. That will be you, and you will take we need to change, like, one of the things I tried to get amended was the body cam footage. I thought it was too high. That was one of the things, you go through legislation, you change some of those things. But that's where you're gonna come in at the end of the year. And then of course, in March, we have our we give our annual report that we're not gonna miss no more. One of the things that will help out a lot, from what I've been seeing every year that's been hindering us, we need to be ready day one, the beginning of the year, to start. We always have to wait 2-3 months out for appointments. That's taking too long.
When you say appointments for what?
People have to be appointed to the.
Okay.
Yes, so we have only two, we have the mayor's office, NAACP, city council, but more so the city council. I mean, let's just try to get, the appointments reappointed, people want to be reappointed, those who are not attending meetings, please don't reappoint them. I would be more than happy to give a recommendation for everybody here. For the most part, everyone here shows up. Now we just need to be consistent. We lost a lot of people in the last couple of years, and now we're rebuilding now, so this will get better, it will get better, this will pass, and it get better, because we have a lot of great ideas, and I think after Monday, we'll be able to show the public. So, that's all I can say. Anyone else want to add anything before we close? Mr. Millsap.
Yeah, everyone, this is our community, Michigan City. We're here, we travel it, move around every day. And I know you have noticed, because I have, the South Shore double track, 10th Street, 11th Street project. If you have not, ride by. It's going along, it's moving up. It's finally giving our small community this big city vibe that we really need going forward. In addition to that, the boat race that we just had this past weekend by the Tourism Bureau, they did a fantastic job of bringing people into our community, because that weekend, if you haven't noticed, it was jam-packed with visitors to our community. And I can't wait for the final report to see the impact it did with our community. And especially our safety in this community was always number one. LaPorte County, Michigan City first responders did a fantastic job of keeping our community safe, even with all the visitors we had in our community. So one of our ex-members of this commission, Chief Marty Corley, did a fantastic job of spearheading to make sure that we were safe during these big events. So, thanks.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Everyone, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.